guys, Michelle here. Hope you guys are all doing well. I wanted to come to you and kind of give you a garden update. It's been a little while. We've had a couple setbacks. One, we had a really hard freeze, and luckily none of my plants got killed too bad. The beans took a little bit of a hit, but nothing real major. Second one is I've actually been out sick for a week, so if I sound a little funny, it's because I still got a little bit of the crud. But I am doing much better. Took the COVID test. It's not COVID, thank God. But you can see my cucumbers are coming up really well in the video that you saw before here. We've got some sugar snap peas that have come up. I went ahead and re-sowed those just because they are a little thin. Actually, they're a lot thin. Green beans, I had a couple plants come up before the freeze. Didn't look too great after the freeze, so I went ahead and re-sowed all that as well. So hopefully we'll have some more of that. The one disappointment I'm finding for my garden that I'm really kind of upset about because I wanted to stock my freezer with it is the broccoli. It is all bolting. It's flowered. Here today the wind's blowing 30 miles an hour. It's supposed to be over 80 degrees. It's going from 50s to 80s in a matter of a day here, so the plants are bolting. There's not much I can do about it to stop it other than invest in some shade cloth, which I'm not real sure I want to invest in just for broccoli at this point. But you never know. I might decide I really want broccoli that bad. It won't be this year though, I promise you that. So we'll just see. I've cut the heads off. We'll see if they can still regerminate a little bit. Maybe I can get a little bit out of it, maybe. Cauliflower is doing great. It has not bolted on me. Lettuce is doing great. All I've got in the ground is romaine. I think next year that's another lesson. I've got a lot of romaine. I think next year I might do more of a salad mix type blend with some reds and some just different kinds. I'm not a big fan of kale, but I might try it. Maybe I'll like it. Let's see what else is out there. Cabbage. Cabbage is doing wonderful. Cabbage is starting to actually put on a little bit of a head on most of my plants, so that is beautiful. Potatoes, they have started to come up. The red potatoes came up before the russets did, so looks like we're going to get a good red harvest. Hopefully the russets will follow suit. I did see a couple little heads. I don't know if it's potatoes that are coming up though, or if it's just a random seed that flew through the air and landed in there. We'll find out, but I did see a couple little ones in the russet bed, so hopefully that's not all wasted as well. I have not gotten a chance to do that third raised bed that I wanted to film so you guys could see me do it. I do plan on getting to that. See, other than that, not too bad. Now, because things kind of got away from me when I was sick and during that cold snap, I did have a problem in the plant room. My a couple of my grow light bulbs went out, and I did not realize it because they're double bulbed. So when one went out, it was still lit. So I actually did not realize they were out. That caused my tomato plants to get pretty leggy, and they started reaching for the overhead light. They've also kind of outgrown their pots. These are about on 8 to 9 weeks, so it is time for them to be in the garden for sure. So I'm going to show you what they look like. I'm going to flip you around here and show you what they look like, but they are very leggy. They are not pretty right now, but hopefully everything will work out. I'm not giving up hope on these things. I love them. They're just fine. They're going to be planted really deep. Just a second, I'll flip you around. Alright, here are tomato plants. Look how leggy those things got. They are extremely long, but they are all laying over. I have been working to harden them off because I want to get them in the garden Sunday and Monday, hopefully. We'll see. Some of these look like they were struggling more than others. I did just give them a good dose of some nitrogen-rich fish emulsion oil for fertilizer. So hopefully they'll pull out of any stunted they have. But you can see the stems are in good shape. They're just laying over. So I've got my work cut out for me to save these bad boys because I have a lot of them. Flip you around here and let you see these other ones. That is not, I mean, that is tall. Look how tall that goes. That's almost through, I'd say at least 2 foot tall. Other than that, they look pretty healthy. I think they'll be okay. I really do. One setback we had in the plant room is this guy right here. I don't know where they came from, but evidently ants like jalapeno plants. We ended up with a bunch of ants climbing in and out of this pot. So I put down some dicuminous earth, and that seems to have solved the problem. A lot of the ants died off that came into contact with it, and the rest went away. Don't know where they went, hopefully not in the house, but they are gone nonetheless, so I'm okay with that. Now, pepper plants look amazing. I just pulled some of these out this last week and put them in their gardening pots from their seed pots. So some of these are pretty small still, but they're doing great. You can see they're putting on great leaves. This right here is actually a blue solo cup, and I had to use those because I ran out of my regular seed pots. No problem. I just cut the rim off. It gives it more room inside here so you can put more plants in. You can leave the rim on. You don't have to cut it off, but I choose to cut it off just because it saves me space. See, save money. Don't spend all that money. Now you can see some of my plants were taken out long before last week. And you can see how lush and beautiful they are. Look at these guys right here. These are bell peppers, and we got some cherry peppers in there. They are doing amazing and ready to go to the garden already too. And that's just because I pulled them out early. I think it's a little too early yet for peppers to go in the garden, so I'm going to hold off on those going out. But you can kind of see the difference if you leave them in their seed pots versus putting them in their nursery containers as to how much growth you can get in just a matter of a couple weeks. Now I did harvest some cilantro right here. I have seen multiple times where people have said that cilantro will regrow if you just cut it off and leave it alone. So I have done that, and I'm hoping it will grow back. If not, I will reseed that pot and get some more. I did freeze some of it, and some of it I just used right away. There's my chives and my dill. That's going to need to go out. I also have some onion over here. One tray of onion did not make it. Now I do have my oregano going good. Tomato plants have kind of taken that over, but there's my oregano. I got another pot of oregano up here, along with some basil. The basil's looking really good. So yeah, it's not horrible. I've been in situations like this before and was able to pull out of it. I'm sure I'll be able to pull out of it again. It's just disappointing. And it was all my fault, really. So, yeah, like I said, everything looks pretty good. Like I said, it's just a little disappointing because, like I said, I can't blame it on anybody but my own. It was me not paying attention to my plants, not looking to see what was going on with them, and not taking care of them the way they should be taken care of. So it's nobody's fault but my own. There is good news. So if Daniel's watching this video, he knows he gave me a couple, I think it's blackberry bushes last year, and I thought I killed them because I forgot about them. They got set on the side of the house. I didn't water them. I told him I killed them, that they died, and it was totally my fault. But I came across my blackberry bushes again today. They got new leaves on them. So evidently, Daniel, I didn't kill them. That's great news because that means I get to plant them and we could have some blackberries before long. At least in the next couple of years. We gotta let them get bushy. So, garden's doing good. Everything's good. I'm not upset about it. I mean, you make mistakes in the garden. Everybody does it. I don't feel bad about it. If this doesn't work out and I gotta go buy plants, then I gotta go buy plants. No matter what, I will have tomatoes this year. So, mistakes happen. That's just the facts of life. You could do everything perfect and you still may fail. That's part of gardening. It's just something you got to accept. If it doesn't work, try again. There's more than one way to do things. My way is definitely not the only way of doing things. This is just how I do it. That doesn't mean that's the way you need to do it. You probably have a better way of doing it. If you do, share it. Maybe y'all want to do it that way as well. So I will get these tomato plants in, and when I do, I'll make a video showing you how I do that and what tools I use to do that with. I also need to get my rose bushes in the ground, and I need to get that third raised bed done inside the garden as well. So those are things I still got to get done. I will get them done as soon as I can. Time allows. One thing with me is I got a full-time job, so it's get it done when you can get it done. Full-time job, full-time family. You do what you can when you can. I wish you guys best health and great luck this week with everything you're doing. I know people are a little reluctant to get their tomatoes out because of the freeze we had last week, and I don't blame you. I'm a little nervous about putting them out Sunday as well, just because this is Kansas. It can freeze again very easily. But I'm going to go ahead and risk it just because of how leggy these plants are. Hopefully all goes well. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I would hold off if you have pepper plants. I wouldn't put those in yet. It's still way too early for peppers. They do not like 40-degree temperatures, and some of the nights are still getting down in the 40s. So hold off on that just a couple more weeks, and then it's planting season full on. Alright guys, have a good evening. I hope all is well with you, and we'll talk soon.